Hello everybody, welcome to Signing Center. As you can see by the bottom graphic, this one is definitely more of a DB-centric signing center because we're playing a little bit of catch up. There was some signings made months ago that we've got covered now, and so I kind of just clump a few together now that we've got some more signings that I referenced on Tier List Tuesday that I was going to do today. Some of them I have, some of them I'm leaving just for a minute until we get a few more, and then maybe I'll do some more of these centric ones, a QB one, a receiver one. You get the point. Today's a DB one. That being said, thank you to all my members. Thank you to all the people that like and subscribe. Let's get into the signs. Mark Collins has signed to the Madrid Bravos. The former Weber State corner transitioned to BYU after playing 46 games with Weber State between 2018 and 2023. He helped the Wildcats win 3 Big Sky championships and 4 FCS playoff appearances. During his 46 games, he recorded 19 pass breakups and 5 interceptions and was named to the honorable All Big Sky Conference team in 2021. Following his 6 seasons at Weber State, he then went to BYU, where he started in 12 games across the team's season, finishing with 9 PBUs and 2 interceptions. The PBUs were a career high, interceptions was tied for his career high during his time at Weber State. I'm a big fan of Collins. I think he has a lot to love. He's super aggressive at the point of contact. He is a good ball player. He can come into press coverage really nicely. He's super twitchy, very bursty, has a good break towards the ball and a nice trigger. However, not perfect. Of course, he's a little bit lighter, 5'11", 175 pounds. We've seen him struggle at a collegiate level against big body receivers that are able to put a little bit of contact on him. He's an okay tackler. He's alright. He definitely can tackle, but I don't think that he is as elite of a tackler as some other DBs that are in this class. I do think that he's going to be among the top in the league when it comes to getting after the ball, interceptions, PBUs. I expect him to be around the top of that list. Madrid's defense needed someone like him. They had a bit of inconsistency at cornerback last year. They never really had a guy. I think Mark Collins can definitely be a guy for this team. The Nordic Storm have kept a lot of continuity for their team going into 2026 at the defensive back position. Of course, Luke Glenna, very acclaimed American defensive back in the ELF, multiple time DPOY candidate, and a multiple time All-Star with his time with the Dragons and also with the Madrid Bravos and then also with the Nordic Storm. He's a very good player. He's one of the best tackling safeties that we have throughout Europe, can come into the box and really affect the run, and his passing game effect has really taken strides over the last couple of seasons, increasing his turnover numbers and overall being a lot more foundationally effective in his pass game pro. Khalid Adisa returns for the cornerback position. Of course, UK guy, former NFL Academy guy, another former Dragon. Had a solid season last year, but I'm expecting him to get even better. Of course, he is about 5'11", but his wingspan is exceptional. He's an exceptionally good athlete. He's able to turn the ball over. We saw that a lot last season. He's still only in his early 20s, so I'm expecting him to get better every single year. Wouldn't be surprised if we see him take a step up this season to become one of the best European DBs. We don't have a ton of European DBs. I would consider the highest level of guys you could put as a number 2 corner behind an American and think we're good. Like we're absolutely there. There's a handful. Khalid is definitely one of them, but he is more athletic than all of the others, I would say. So he definitely has potential to become one of those most sought after European defensive backs in Europe. As for Glenna, I'm expecting him to be near 100 tackles, 2 or 3 interceptions throughout the year. He's just a remarkably consistent player. I'm hoping that he's kind of got past those injuries that he was sustained last season. He has a very aggressive play style, so injuries kind of come with that territory. Overall, I love both of these signings. They're great. It's a shame that they've lost Chad Walrond because I'm just such a big fan of Chad. I think that he's an exceptionally good defensive back. It's a shame they've lost him, but it's good that they've kept these 2 guys. I've talked about the Paris Musketeers and their incredible French talent at the defensive back position. Who I haven't touched on is Jamalcolm Liggins. Jamalcolm Liggins is one of my favorite DBs in all of Europe. It's well documented. He's big, he's 6'1", just a shade under 210 pounds. Played for the Philadelphia Eagles in a practice squad, bounced around North America for a while, and since then has been with the Raiders Tyrrell, Frankfurt Galaxy, and most recently with the Paris Musketeers, where he is going to be re-signed. He is an ELF all-star, and his play is just so physical. He's a very, very tough player. He's a great ball player. He is just truly excellent. He's kind of the DB's favorite DB. You talk to any quarterback that's played the last couple of years in the ELF, a lot of them say that Jamalcolm Liggins is their least favorite to play against because he's just so intelligent, athletic, and instinctual. His 2023 campaign in particular saw him have one of the best seasons of a defensive back in ELF history. He had over 40 tackles, 3.5 TFLs, 5 interceptions, including 1 for a touchdown, 17 breakups, 2 forced fumbles, and 1 fumble recovered. Being one of the best ball players in Europe, I expect him to be lining outside on the receiver 1, the American receiver in general in EFA, with the 2 French safeties over the top as support. You can leave him on an island, you can put him as press coverage, you can put him as zone coverage. He's one of the best zone coverage corners. In fact, his man coverage is good, but his zone coverage, oof, you might be one of the best that we have throughout Europe. So, a great signing. They've got a ton of French talented positions, as I've talked about many times on this channel, but Jamalcolm is kind of the cherry on top for this defensive backcourt. It could be one of the best defenses that we have in Europe this season. I would not be surprised. He's looking so damn good in Paris. Now, I've talked about the Prague Lions a lot over my time with the ELF last season and a little bit with the EFA as well. It was the first tier list Tuesday because they announced all their imports really early comparatively to anyone else. Literally, they're still, as of now, the only team to have all of their imports put onto paper. Still, no other team has done that at all in any league. What we do have is continuity. We have Ken Hike back, which is a big deal. One of the best players in the league last year, regardless of position. Should have been a DPOY candidate, in my personal opinion. He was locking down everyone. Exceptionally good corner. One of, if not my favorite corners in the entire league. Very athletic, big play player, lockdown corner, superb in zone, superb in man. Just one of my highest rated players in the league. Tyrus Guilford Jr. is back as well. I was talking to coaches in Prague just the other day, and they're big fans of his attitude. He's very aggressive, in a good way, right? In a football sense, he gets after it. Apparently, he's very clever with the scheme. He knows exactly what's going on at all times, which is important to have him on a full season. I think maybe we see him take a step up into a bigger role now that he's not coming in for injury reserve. Alexander Borkovic as well, coming back from his previous year homegrown player of the year with the Enthroners. Is Alexander a defensive back? Is he a linebacker? That's you to ask. That's for James Brooks to figure out. I think he's going to be playing predominantly as that box safety / linebacker / nickel. That's why I see him playing predominantly, but of course, like Luke Glenner we talked about a little bit earlier, very good inside the box. You can expect 100 plus tackles from him. You can expect 1 or 2 interceptions, but his effect is felt in the run game. And then finally, Miles Seelig as well, the Danish safety. He's always had a high ceiling. He's incredibly lengthy safety, a great frame, but just needs to be a bit snappier on the ball. High ceiling. We've not really seen anyone fully unlock him yet. And I'm excited to see what he can do with James Brooks' system. Because as we know, James Brooks has been very successful with developing players over his time in Prague. We've seen that, of course, with the defense last season. Could see that with Milos. He could be in for maybe a bit of a breakout year. Excited to see what they do in Prague. With all that wrapping up, thank you everyone for tuning in to this defensive back centric signing center edition. It's been good fun to get into the tape of some of these guys. I hope you enjoyed it. I really did. Let me know what position you want me to do next. We're playing catch up, right? You can tell we're doing that. Now that we're swinging towards the schedule being released, fingers crossed, schedule released this week, maybe, hopefully, because I'm really excited to see it. I've seen some things that I think will be really exciting. Going forward, I'm going to have like storyline focused videos and certain things that we're going to be doing with the EFA. Me and the EFA are going to be making these things. Hopefully some cool graphics and some good information. I'm going to be going really deep in. Of course, I got to work full time, of course. So we'll see how that transitions. But I'm really looking forward to the next couple of weeks on what I can bring to you guys and the production level we can make. If you saw any wax on my hands during this one, I apologize. I literally threw my candle over myself as I was setting up my lights, and I got like wax all over my desk and all over my hands. So just letting you guys know, in case you see me hands and I look a bit weird, just a little accident on my part. Thank you for tuning in. Thanks for all to my members. See you next time. Goodbye.